Hello students, today we are going for the next level 2, exercise level 2. We are starting by first question. A botanist is to nomenclate a similar species. The scientist will study. I'll repeat this. A botanist is to nomenclate a similar species. The scientist will study. The first one is called as syntype. The word syntype. So here the word syntype is nothing but it is a set of types. Set of types of specimens of equal status. So I will repeat this. So here the word syntype is nothing but each set of types of specimens of equal status. This is called as syntype. We'll go for the second one called as isotype. So here isotype is nothing but it is the nomenclature of similar species or same species. Similar species, same species. And the third one called as neotype. So here the word neotype is nothing but it is a single type of specimen. Single type of specimen. So this is one. We'll go for the fourth one called as Mesophyte. So Mesophyte is nothing but it is the genus of moths. Genus of moth and comes under a family. Geometridae. So here synonym type of specimens of equal status, isotype nomenclature of a similar species, neotype is a single type of specimens, mesotype is a genus of moths, family, geometry. So here the question is a type botanist is to nomenclate a similar species. So here the answer is isotype. I'll repeat this. So isotype is nothing but nomenclature of a similar species. So here the second option is right. So we'll go for the next question. Which taxonomic aids gives comparative account of complete information of a genus or family at a particular time? Here, complete information of a genus or family at a particular time. Here, the first one is called as taxonomic key. So, here the taxonomic key, it is nothing but it is a device. It is a device where it is being made based on the similarities and dissimilarities. It is a device or it is a key card where based on the similarities and dissimilarities. Based on similarities and dissimilarities, it is been identified. So this is called as taxonomic key. So when we go for herbarium, this is nothing but storehouse of plants. storehouse of plants. So here we take a twig. Plant twig is taken. It is been usually without any foldings. It is been spread on a newspaper and it is been pressed. After pressing it, it is being sticked on to the herbarium sheet. On the right hand side, we are going to write the details of the plant, name of the collector, date of the collection, and all the details are being written on the herbarium. So we go for the third one. It is called as monograph. So this monograph is nothing but it is a detailed information of one particular taxonomic species. Detailed information of taxonomic species. This is called as monograph. And fourth one is called as flora. Flora is nothing but it is the study of plant habitat. So it is nothing but a place where the plant is growing. This is nothing but the four options. Here the question is, it is a complete information of a genus or a family at a particular time. Hence the answer is monograph. It is the detailed information of taxonomical species, whether in the form of a genus level or in the form of a family level at a particular time. It is usually called as monograph. So the third option is right. Now, all living species, plants and animals have dash as a lowest category. So here they are given you four options. In these four options, which is the lowest rank, which is the lowest category, that should be taken into consideration. We are going for the options. The first one is species. So we know that species is nothing but a group of organisms which can interbreed each other. So a group of organisms which can interbreed each other is called as species, and it is considered as a lowest rank, or it is considered as a least rank under taxonomy or categories. The second one is genus. So the word genus is nothing but it is a group of species. So above the genus, above the species, there is a presence of genus. Next one, third option is kingdom. So when you take the word kingdom, so here it is nothing but first rank. It is not the least rank. It is the top rank, called as it is a group of divisions or group of phylums is called as kingdom. So here the least category, lowest category is nothing but species. So the first option is right. So we'll go for the next one. Herbarium is used to store the. Herbarium is used to store the. First option, animal specimens. The word animal specimens, it is being stored in the museums. So we know that in a museum, it may be a plant specimen or animal specimen stored in the bottle in the formaldehyde. So it is not the answer. So we go for the second option, live plants. So live plants and trees are being always preserved in the botanical gardens, or it is taken care in the botanical gardens, not herbarium. So this is not the answer. The third one is plant specimens. So this is nothing but the plant specimens are taken, dried, pressed, and it is pasted on the herbarium sheet. So this is the right answer. Herbarium is used to store plant specimens. So third option is right. So fourth option is both plant and animal specimens. So again it is in the museums. In the museum we are going to store both plant and animal specimens. So it is not the herbarium. So the right option is plant specimens. So we will go for the next one. Which of the following is correct? So Apis indica. So in this option, Apis indica, all these words are given in a capital letter. So according to scientific naming, according to binomial nomenclature, the first letter should be capital and is followed by species name should be written in small. So it is not the right answer because all the words are given, all the letters are given in the capital letters. It is not the right one. Next, second option, Trypanosoma gametidae. So this is given all the Trypanosoma gametidae. This is given all in small letters. So even including the genus is also started with a small letter. So this is not the answer. Third option, Ficus bengalensis. So here the word Ficus bengalensis, here the genus name is started with capital, whereas the species is also started with a capital letter. The species should be written in a small letter. So this is again wrong. So both genus and species are written in capital letter. So this is not the right one. Next, fourth option, Mangifera indica. So this Mangifera indica is right. So this is the correct one because M, Mangifera indica, is given in capital letter and indica I in small letter. So this is called as the scientific name of a mango. So this is the correct matching. Now we go for the next question. A true species consists of a population. A true species consisting of a population. First option, sharing the same niche. Sharing a same niche. The word niche is nothing but habitat. It is this sharing of same dwelling place or a place or habit is called as niche. So this is not the answer. So the second one is interbreeding. So we know that a group of species which can interbreed together, that is in a population. A population is nothing but a group of species where it can interbreed each other. So interbreeding is right. So we'll go for the third option, feeding over the same food. So it is not a population. Feeding over the same food, it never comes under, or food comes under the population, but it is not the definition. Next, reproductively isolated. Reproductively isolated means reproductively separated. So even this is not the answer. So the right answer is interbreeding. So we will go for the next question. So we will go for the next question. Seventh question. Growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. So here, growth as well as reproduction are called as mutually exclusive events. First option, majority of the higher plants. So here, in higher plants and in higher animals, both the growth and reproductions are not same, are not similar, because the growth is going to undergo mitotic divisions and reproduction undergoes meiosis, as well as there is a lot of changes. In some of the higher plants, the reproduction only starts after maturity. So here there is a presence of growth. After a growth is over, they go for maturity and they start flowering and they start reproducing. So this can't be the same. So first option, majority of the higher plants is not the answer. Same, majority of the higher animals, even this is not the answer. So we'll go for the third option, unicellular organisms. So unicellular organisms, always a single parental cell is split into two daughter cells. So that cannot be the answer. So the fourth option is both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. That is called as majority of the higher plants and majority of the higher animals. So once the reproduction is taken place, they continue to grow. So growth as well as reproduction are mutually exclusive events. So the option 4 is right. So we'll go for the next question. Scientists who develop a key for identification of animals is. I repeat this. The scientist who discovered or developed a key for identification of animals is. The first option is John Ray. So this person, John Ray, has developed the identification for key. So the first option itself is right. First option itself, the person is right. So this person, John Ray, has given about the identification of animals. We go for the second one, called as Gout. So this person has given the extraction of DNA. Extracting DNA from the dead animals. So this person discovered it. Whereas the third one, called as Curio, this person has given a word. So he has given a word phylum, or he has coined the word phylum. Given the word or coined the word phylum. And the fourth one is called as Theophrastus. So this Theophrastus is called as the father of botany. Father of botany. So this person never comes for identification for key. So here the right one, the scientist who developed key for identification of animals is John Ray. This person is the right one. Now we go for the next questions. An important function of a botanical garden is. An important function of a botanical garden is. First option, providing beautiful areas for recreation. So here the word recreation is not the right, because botanical gardens never help in giving recreations, but it is nothing but it is also helps in studying, for it is used for research work. So this is not the right answer. We go for the second one. One can observe tropical plants over there. I'll repeat this. One can observe the tropical plants over there. So in the botanical gardens, only tropical plants are not there, and other type of plants are also there. This never suits the botanical garden. Next, they allow acute conservation of germplasm. So here the word exude, it is nothing but outside. The word insute, it is inside the lab. So here it is not inside the lab, it is outside. Conservation is going to take place of a germplasm. So germplasm is nothing but some of the plants are being grown outside. It is a protected area where it is being preserved. For that, it is a right answer for botanical gardens. Fourth option. They provide natural habitat to wildlife. So wildlife are being usually used for the zoological parks. It is not for botanical gardens. So here in a botanical gardens, it is nothing but the conservation of plants, trees. So full detailed information of the plants or trees are being present in the botanical garden. It is not the wildlife. So even that is not the answer. So the right one is third option is right. So we go for the next one called as BNHS. BNHS is abbreviated as. First option, Banaras National History Society. Second one, Bombay Natural History Society. Third option, Botanical North Himalayan Survey. Fourth option, Biological Natural History of Society. But here the right one is Bombay. It is called as Bombay Natural History Society. So this is the right abbreviation. So the answer is second option. The second option is right. So we'll go for the next question. The number of species classified in species Plantarum. The number of species classified in species Plantarum is, first option 3800, second option 4000, third option 5900, fourth option 6000. So species Plantarum is written by Linnaeus. Carlos Linnaeus has written this book. In this book there is a presence of 5900 species of plants. 5900 species of plants are being present. So here the third option is right. In the third option there is 5900. And the same person, Carlos Linnaeus, has written another book called as Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae is also written by Carlos Linnaeus. In this, there is a presence of 4326 species of animals. Species of animals are there. So, in a species Plantarum, 5900 species of plants, whereas Systema Naturae, 4326 species of animals are being present. So, third option is right. So we go for the next question. Each statement in key is called. Each statement in a key is called. I'll repeat this. So key is nothing but a taxonomical device based on the similarities and dissimilarities. We are going to sort out the characters. So here the first option is called as left. So here in a let, we know that each statement or each question or statement has a presence of a single character, or single statement is present, a single character is being present, hence it is called as let. So when we go for a second one called as couplet. So couplet is nothing but it is a pair of contrasting characters. Pair of contrasting characters or pair of contrasting statements. That is called as a couplet. And the third one is called as analytical key. So here the word analytical key is nothing but it is a it is called as biochemical key. So, as repeat this, analytical key is also called as dichotomous key. So, in this dichotomous key, there is a single entry. So, it is called as single entry of identification. That is called as one. And the fourth option is all. But here, he asked about the question, each statement is a key called, it is let. So, in a let, there is a presence of single statements of being present, or it is a single entry. So, we call it a single statement or question. For that, we use the word first one. So, we'll go for the next question. Which taxonomical aid is useful in providing information for identification of animals, names, species found in an area? I'll repeat this. Which taxonomical aid is useful in providing information for identification of names of species in a given area? So here the first option is usually called as flora. So here the flora is nothing but it deals with the study of plant habitats. So here it is a plant habitat. That study is called as flora. The second one is called as manual. So the manual is nothing but it is a handbook to know about a particular species. So it is a handbook to know about the identification of names of species. Names of species of a particular plant or an animal given in one particular area. Next, the third one is called as monograph. So monograph is nothing but it is the study of a detailed information, detailed systematic information of a taxonomical species, or taxonomical genus or taxonomical group. For that we use the word monograph. And the other one is called as catalog. So here catalog is nothing but it is the checklist. It is the checklist of a taxonomical hierarchy or taxonomical species. Taxonomical hierarchy. So here the answer is taxonomical aid used for providing information for identification of name of species. So hence the answer is manual. So in a manual it is the handbook for identification of a particular species names in a given area. So the answer is manuals. Now we'll go for the third one. Next question. 14th question. Related genera belongs to a same variety, family, species, none of this. So here variety means it is nothing but types. The second option is family. The word family is nothing but always it is nothing but a group of genus. So related genera belongs to a same family. So second option is right, family. So species is nothing but a group of organisms which can interbreed each other. So that is not the answer. Fourth one is none of the above. So even that's not the answer. The answer is family. Next, 15th question. Who pioneered the correctly accepted definition of a biological species? Here the word pioneer means it is nothing but the first. Who first currently accepted the definition of a biological species? Here there is a presence of different authors. The first one is called as Ernest Mayr. So this person, Ernest Mayr, is usually the right answer for identification of the definition of species was given by Ernest Mayr. The second person is John Roy. So the John Roy has coined the word, coined the word species. Coined the word species. So this is not the answer. Third one, it is Hutchinson. So this person, Hutchinson, is called as father of modern ecology. Father of modern ecology. So he is not the answer. And he is not the right answer person. Next, Bentham and Hooker. So these persons are famous for the theory called as natural system of classification. Natural system of classification. So there are three classifications. One is artificial system of classification, and the second one is called as natural system of classification, and the third one is phylogenetic system of classification. classification, but the Bentham and Hooker has given natural system of classification. But here the right option is biological species for the first time was studied by Ernest Mayr. So the right answer is Mayr. Next, who was the one of 100 greatest scientists of all this time? I'll repeat this. Who was one of the 100 greatest scientists of all of the time? The first option is P. Maheshwari. So the word P. Maheshwari is called as, this person is called as the father of Indian embryology. Father of Indian embryology. So that is called as Panchanaman Maheshwari or P. Maheshwari. The second one is R. Mishra. Or Mishra. This person is called as the father of Indian ecology. Father of Indian ecology. The third one is Yesu. So this person is usually called as a biological essay was written by this person. Biological essay was written by this person. And fourth option is again Ernest Mayr. This person has given the word, or he is called as, he is considered as 100 scientist, or he is the one of the 100 scientists of all the time. So this person, this Ernest Mayr, is the right one. Next. So fourth option is right here. Next question is 17th question. Order related to brinjal. Orders related to brinjal is, first one, poets. So we go for the order related to brinjal is, first option, poets. So this poets, it is the order of a weed. It is the order of a weed. The second one is called as Saccharidids. Saccharidids. This is the order of a mango. The third one is Polymones. Polymones. So this is the order of Solanaceae. Order of Solanaceae, and it is brinjal. Next, Dicotyledon. So Dicotyledon, this is not the order, this is called as class. So Dicotyledon is a class which has two cotyledons. So here, order of brinjal is Polymones. So this right answer is Polymones. Next we will go for 18th question. Non-living organisms also grow if we take increase in the body mass. Criteria for the growth: mountains, boulders, sand mounds do grow in non-living objects. Growth is from. So the option says, first option outside, the second option is inside, the third option is both, fourth option is none of the above. So we know that the non-livings looks like growth due to external depositions, due to continuous external deposition outside the objects or outside the body. We call it as, for example, mountains or sand mounds. Outside, accumulation takes place, so it is called as accretion. The word accretion is nothing but it is the external deposition. It is outside. Outside there is a deposition called as accretion. The second one is called as inside. So here the word inside. So inside an organism as well as outside an organism the growth is present. So growth in the living organisms is called as intersusception. Growth in a living organisms inside and outside is called as intersusception. Both. So this is not the answer, and fourth one is called as none of the above. So here the right answer is outside. So here the mountains or sand mounds looks like growth due to external deposition. So it is called as outside. So the first option is right. We'll go for the next question. In hierarchical arrangement, the category which has least diversity. So the category which has least diversity. So here we know that when we go for a taxonomical hierarchy, the lowest rank will have least number of characters, because as we go higher, the number of characters increases, because species is nothing but a group of organisms which can interbreed each other. But when we go for a genus, a group of species is called as genus. Like thus, the characters increases. So here, least characters are present in. The first option here is kingdom. So kingdom is always called as the first rank, or it is called as the top rank. The number of characters or diversities will be very more. When we go for the second option called as phylum. Even compared to kingdom it is less, but here also the diversities of characters are being more. And the third option is usually called as order. So even in order also more characters are being present compared to species. So here species is called as the lowest rank and it has the least diversity. So hence species is called as right option. So we go for 20th question. Key is based on. Key, it is nothing but a taxonomical key based on morphological study. First option. Morphological study is nothing but it is only the external study. So based on external study, it is classified, but this is not the answer for a key. Next one, internal characters. By seeing the internal characters of an organism, we cannot classify them. Again, it is not the answer for key. Next one, contrasting characters. Yes, again, contrasting characters, a pair of contrasting characters is nothing but a couplet. So as I mentioned, it is a device where based on similarities and dissimilarities being placed. Hence, the answer is contrasting characters. Fourth option, external characters. Even this is not the answer. So for key, it is the contrasting characters. Now, we'll go for the next question, 21st. Two or more species occupying a same or overlapping areas are. I repeat this, two or more species occupying a same overlapping areas are called as sympatric. The first option is sympatric, even that is itself is right. So in one particular area, two or more species occupy. For that we use the word sympatric. The first option itself is right. We go for the second one, siblings. The word siblings is nothing but it is the children of a same parents. Children of a same parents. For that we use the word siblings. That's not the answer. The third option is subspecies. So species is nothing but a lowest rank. Under that, again there is a subspecies. Even this is not two or more species never occur here. So this is not the answer. Next, allopatric. So the allopatric is nothing but it is related to a species separation on non-overlapping of a geographical area. I repeat this, it is not related to a species occurring in a separated non-overlapping geographical areas. So that's not the answer. So here the answer is sympatric. So first option itself is right. Next. A branch dealing with classification. A branch dealing with classification is, first option, genetics. So, the word genetics is nothing but a branch of science deals with the study of genes, deals with the study of genetic material. So, this is not the one. Ecology. Again, ecology is nothing but a branch of science deals with the study of surrounding environment. Even this never comes under classification. The third one is called as taxonomy. So taxonomy is a branch of science used for naming and classification. Naming and classification of an organism. Hence the right answer is taxonomy. So a branch deals with classification is called as a taxonomy, and always it should be studied. First, identification. The second one is description. The third one is called as nomenclature, and fourth one is in classification. So it is in a regular order. So taxonomy is also called as systematics. So the fourth option is nomenclature. The word nomenclature is nothing but naming of an organism. Naming of an organism is called nomenclature.